Hi everyone, and welcome to the Houston Theater Beat Christmas Special. I'm your host, John Lazo. I'm here with our very own Santa, Harley, to take you on a magical sleigh ride to several theaters throughout Greater Houston, to see the incredible variety of Christmas offerings that the theater community has available this season. Every year, the theater community does Christmas up right, giving our gift of a tremendous variety of traditional plays, modern offerings, and Christmas music to our audience. So buckle up tight and let's get started. Everybody, this is one of my first stops here on our tour, Christmas tour of Houston theaters, and I'm here at the Pearl Theater, which is home to the Pearland Theater Guild, and we're here in front of the beautiful 1940s radio. And joining me are members of the cast and crew of A Christmas Story, which is Pearland Theater Guild's choice to do for their Christmas production this year. You're probably familiar with the movie, and they're going to be presenting the play version here at Pearland. And joining me are the director of Christmas Story, Kayleen Clements, and very interesting, I have both Ralphies. I have with me Jeff Blackman, who is playing the adult Ralphie, who of course tells the story of A Christmas Story. And then I also have with me Julian Carter, who actually plays Ralphie as a boy, who is the one who has the experiences of wanting the BB gun and fighting with Santa Claus and all those parts of the story that you're familiar with. Kayleen, can you tell the Houston Theater Beat audience a little bit about why Pearland chose A Christmas Story? What's been the most rewarding thing about it for you?
Well, I believe they chose this particular production because, well, as we all know, Christmas is a great time to spend with family, and what better opportunity than to take the family out for a great time and to see a family love show that's been around for ages. And for me personally, this has been very rewarding because, well, first of all, great cast, great story. It's a really well-written script. It's a plus all the way around.
Great, that's good, that's good. And Jeff, what's it like for you playing Ralphie the adult? What's doing the narration like? How has that been for you?
It's been very surreal because I grew up with A Christmas Story. I watch it every year with my kids, with my wife. I love it. And so to have this opportunity to play this iconic role has been very, very exciting for me.
And Julian, what's it like for you playing Ralphie the boy, getting in all those misadventures?
It's been great. I've really enjoyed working with everyone, Jeff and Miss Kayleen and all the other kids. And like Jeff, I watch it every year with my family. Some channel shows it 24 hours straight, sure, over and over again. We see it about 5 times every year. And everyone says that I look like Ralphie and I act like Ralphie. And so everyone has pretty much been saying that I'm perfectly cast for this role. And I feel like I have because I'm having a lot of fun with it. And it's just been a really great experience.
That's great. And it's kind of interesting for the two of you to really be playing the same person. For one of you as a boy and one of you as an adult. So that's a very unique approach that this script has. Well, what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a look at a couple of scenes from Pearland's production of A Christmas Story. And right after those, then we'll be back with the cast and crew and tell you how you can join in on all the fun here in Pearland.
'Tis the holiday season, and Christmas fever is upon us. Windows are garlanded in red and green, yards are alight with plastic reindeer, and milling crowds of shoppers fill the streets, stores, and malls. I put up my tree last week. Had to assemble it first. Then I put an artificial Yule log on the propane-augmented fire and began to reminisce about Christmases past. The holidays tend to do that. I began remembering another Christmas in another time, another place. One of the old man's favorite proverbs, one he never tired of quoting, was,
"Motorist wise, Simonize."
What?
Ad from the hardware store.
Oh.
Bill. Occupant.
Some days it was all I could do to keep myself from spilling the beans and telling him what I'd gotten him, thus destroying that magnificent Christmas morning moment of stunned surprise when he unwrapped that family-sized can of Simonize.
Do you have money trouble? Could you use a loan? Yeah, you know, I can't figure it out.
What?
Well, somehow they know enough about me to know I have money trouble, but still they call me occupant.
Anything for me?
Like what?
My little orphan Annie decoder pin.
I listened to the Little Orphan Annie radio show religiously. Annie and Sandy were always off chasing pirates or trapping smugglers. Best part is, whenever Annie got herself into a really tight spot, this friend of hers named Punjab would show up and cut off the bad guys' heads. What a great friend to have.
Sorry, nothing today from Little Orphan Annie.
At the end of each broadcast, the announcer would call out a string of numbers. Kids all over the country translated those numbers into the secret message, getting the real truth from Orphan Annie herself. Every day without a decoder pin was postponing my spiritual and intellectual growth.
Eat your oatmeal.
To a kid, the time it takes to get something you sent for in the mail is longer than the time it would take to build the pyramids with a number 3 erector set. The kind without the motor.
Oh, Randy, eat your oatmeal. Don't play in it.
Most mornings my kid brother wore more oatmeal than he ate. He was a notoriously picky eater and had been known to go for years without taking on provisions.
Stop that noise. Eat your food or I'll give you something to cry about.
My mother took a more subtle approach. She'd invented a game to get the little runt to eat.
Randy, how do the little piggies go? That's right, that's right. How do the little piggies go? How do the little piggies go? Oh, that's right. Oh, how do the little piggies eat? Here's a new chop. Show me how the little piggies eat. Oh, good job, Mommy's little piggy. Good job. Eat it all up.
Bill.
Gosh, you guys, thanks very much for those scenes. It really is just as much fun as the movie, and maybe more so because you're actually able to see those iconic characters live, coming to life on stage for sure. Kayleen, can you tell the Houston Theater Beat audience about where they can get the days and times of the show, how to get tickets, so that they can come down and see A Christmas Story?
Absolutely. We have 10 performances. The December 6th through the 16th. It's Thursdays through Sundays, 2 shows on Saturdays, a Saturday and Sunday matinee, both weekends. And the first Saturday is a sensory performance, so just let you know that. You can buy tickets online at pearl-theater.com, or you can call the box office at 713-340-2540.
Great. Explain to the Houston Theater Beat audience what that sensory performance is about. That's a special performance for the kids with
Kids
autism.
and adults with autism, all kinds of sensitive issues, so they know, and their family that bring them, that if they have the need to blurt out, it's okay. The actors are prepared, and we welcome it.
That's excellent, and I'm glad you mentioned that, so that the families who want to come and see that particular performance know that that's going on. And one more time, to get your tickets for A Christmas Story here at Pearland Theater Guild at the beautiful Pearl Theater, you want to go to Pearl-Theater, and theater is spelled
THEATER.com.
Right, so remember that's Pearl-Theater.com to get your tickets and come down and join the group here in Pearland to see A Christmas Story. I'd like to thank Kayleen Clements, who's the director of A Christmas Story here in Pearland, and also both Ralphies, that's Mr. Jeff Blackman and Mr. Julian Carter, for joining me. And stay tuned, because in just a moment we'll be headed off to another theater on our Christmas sleigh. Hi everybody, this is the next stop on our Christmas sleigh, which is taking us to theaters all over the Houston area to see what's going on for Christmas. And this evening, I'm here in Pasadena at the Red Door Theater, and Red Door is doing A Christmas Carol this year. And I'm joined by the director and several of the cast members working this way. I'm joined by Drew Revito, she's playing Martha Cratchit, right? Meg Velez, who's playing Fezziwig. Bethany McLaughlin, who's playing Mrs. Cratchit, And then there on the end is Josh Jordan. He's the director of A Christmas Carol here at Red Door. Josh, tell the Houston Theater Beat audience a little bit about why Red Door chose Christmas Carol, what's been very special about the production to you, your take on it.
We chose A Christmas Carol because it's a timeless classic that everyone knows, but it's also something that we feel we could put our twist on. So, for example, our particular production is the meshing of the story of Pinocchio with A Christmas Carol. It's the story of a lonely toy maker who, over the course of a Christmas Eve, revisits his life and, obviously has the journey that Scrooge makes in A Christmas Carol.
So it's given you some opportunities to be really creative
Yes.
with the story.
Yes.
That's
yes.
fantastic. Good. Bethany, you're playing Mrs. Cratchit, okay? She's one of the classic characters. What's been special about the show for you?
Just really tapping into the maternal instincts, and she's a little bit different because in this one she is widowed. So she has a little bit more of a sass quality to her.
Cool.
Like she kind of talks back to Mr. Scrooge a little bit. So
That's great.
yes,
Good.
that's right.
And Meg, you're playing Fezziwig.
Yes.
And Fezziwig is typically a male character, but you're playing it this time. How's that going?
Well, honestly, pardon my voice, of course. I agree with Bethany. It's nice to play the motherly role for once. It's great working with the kids, of course, and getting to see, the interaction with them. And of course, who doesn't love a fight with Mr. Marley?
Sure, absolutely. And Drew, you're playing Martha, part of the Cratchit family.
Yes.
What's been special about the show for you?
It would have to be because in this role, I'm kind of the the daughter of the mother.
Okay.
And so I get to kind of play that role where I'm kind of protective, but not really. And I'm a little nosy too,
Oh, cool.
I have to admit.
That's always fun to play on stage.
Yeah.
Good. Well, what we're going to be looking at is a couple of scenes from A Christmas Carol. That's coming right up. And then we'll come back and we'll have information about how you can join the folks here at Red Door and see their production of A Christmas Carol this season.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
Merry Christmas, sir. Do I have the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Since Mr. Marley is nearer to death than I, you are speaking with Mr. Scrooge.
Oh, I see. Well, if you allow me, Mr. Scrooge, it is at this time of year when we, the fortunate, are reminded of the injustices that exist in the greater world.
Are you here to pick my pocket or sell my soul a piece of salvation? Whichever it is, you must know that I am neither interested nor do I care for the plight of the poor or the homeliness. I have my own problems which warrant their own necessities.
Surely, Mr. Scrooge, you have some generosity at this time of the year. Isn't Christmas a time for sharing one's good cheer and spirits?
Ah, but that's the point, Miss.
Mrs. Spencer, I'm collecting on the behalf
I'm
of...
sure whoever you represent is respectable as most Victorian organizations founded upon the grossly stupidity. But you will find no generosity here, since it has not found its way to me.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Scrooge.
Are you here to lighten my pockets under the guise of charity and compassion?
I assure you, Mr. Scrooge, those are my intentions. There are many who suffer and could use some provisions at this cold and often lonely time of year. Not to mention all the poor children who must work in our factories and coal mines.
Are there no prisons?
I beg your pardon.
Are there no workhouses?
Many cannot go there, and many others would rather die.
Bah! If they would rather die, they had better do it and decrease the surplus population.
Mr. Scrooge!
Good day to you, madam.
Is there nothing?
I said good day to you, madam.
Where will we go? I need to dress appropriately if we're going to be seen out and about.
We have not the need to move, for tonight we will see the days that came before this one.
Whose days?
Yours. When I
Never any choice! Parents will die and die and die! And their experience is not what they have intended. Never what they intended. Never what they intended.
Never what was intended.
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 In his name, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Well, thank you very much, you guys. Those scenes did show that how creative that you've actually been with this particular version of A Christmas Carol. That was phenomenal. Josh, can you tell the Houston Theater Beat audience a little bit about how they can join you all, get tickets, the dates and times, information about the show?
Absolutely. The show runs from November 30th to December the 16th. Friday nights and Saturday nights, our curtain is at 7:30. Sundays we have a matinee at 3:30. You can buy tickets online by going to www.thereddoortheatercompany.com. Put that in your browser.
Right. Good. Is theater spelled E-R or R-E?
T-H-E-A-T-R-E.
R-E, okay. So remember, you want to go to www.thereddoortheatercompany.com and make sure you get your tickets for A Christmas Carol here at Red Door Theater in Pasadena. And stay tuned because we'll be making another stop at another theater very shortly. I'd like to thank all of my guests here at Red Door. I have Drew Revito, Meg Velez, and Bethany McLaughlin, all of whom are in the show, and also the director, Josh Jordan. Thanks, you guys, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everybody, we're continuing our journey around all of the theaters here in Houston to see what everybody has planned for Christmas, and I'm here at Main Street Theater on this amazing set. Main Street is doing a production this Christmas of A Little House Christmas, which of course is based on the famous books by Laura Ingalls Wilder in the Little House series. I'm very happy to be joined by Lauren Dolk, who's playing Mary, and Natalie Pavlek, who's playing Laura. And ladies, tell me a little bit about what the experience has been like playing these iconic literary characters. Lauren, how's it been for you?
It's been exciting, but with that, as you said, it's been really challenging because people hold these books so near and dear to their hearts that you're held accountable for doing your own research with bringing these characters to life, you know, that are so ingrained in people's hearts and minds. So, but it's been a nice challenge, and working with an ensemble of 10 people, we've really been supportive, and it's been a lot of fun bringing this time period to life.
Fantastic. And Laura, of course, Natalie, you're playing Laura.
Yeah, I'm playing
the
Laura.
Favorite of children, especially young girls everywhere. How's the experience been for you?
You know what? I just kind of came at it with a place of, it's going to be so much fun being able to play a little kid, have so much joy on stage. And I love the, how me and Mary and I interact. It's so much fun. We're kind of opposite in a lot of ways. And I think we really play that up and have a lot of fun with that. I'm kind of a tomboy, and like, you know, I go outside all the time, and I'm always with Pa, and then Mary's kind of always with Mom and
Mother's kind of, you know,
tidying up and cleaning and everything. So I've had a lot of fun, just kind of, and then with our cast too. Our cast is great. Like our cousins Nick and Peter, you'll probably see maybe in the clips there.
Sure.
They're full of energy, and so we have a lot of fun on stage.
That's fantastic. Thank you for joining me, ladies. Right now, let's take a look at a couple of clips from Main Street's production of A Little House Christmas, and then we'll be right back.
Hello, Nellie.
Mrs. Ingalls.
Did you have any trouble on the ride here?
Oh, no, not really. The wagon only stuck twice. What a beautiful job you've done with the house.
Why, thank you. It's small, but suits our needs.
It's just lovely. I just love these country houses. They have so much more character than the homes in town. I'm so glad you invited us to visit. Yes, just lovely. Oh, and you have glass windows too.
Cider?
Oh, yes, thank you. Excuse me. Oh, and you still cook with wood.
Laura. Yes, Mom? See if Nellie would like some cider, please.
It's just a shame you don't live closer. Whatever made you decide to build so far from town?
Layla! Hold over there, man! Tarnation Angles! You got apartment running all over the place! Mr. Edwards, let's go! I found these two chipmunks are frisking around outside. Any idea what to do with them?
I don't want them in here.
Mr. Edwards!
Just toss them out.
Good idea!
Hello, Nicholas!
Hello, Mary! Wow! are my two all-time favorite little ladies in the entire county doing?
Fine, thank you. Hello, Mr. Edwards.
Hello, Mrs. Ingalls.
I'm so glad you could make the trip out.
Well, I surely appreciate you inviting.
Mr. Edwards.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't you think you should let the boys in?
Oh, sorry. I almost forgot.
Can we please go back outside?
You just got in.
Oh, can we go, please? It's so wet outside, children. It's freezing out.
It's not any such thing, Nellie.
It's so. It's not,
Please.
Well, don't go too far. Let's go. And don't go anywhere near the creek. Yes, Mom.
Did you boys hear what she said?
I heard in town there's some roads washed out the south.
Oh, I think I see George coming down the road.
Come on. Coats and gloves, girls.
Oh, Mom, but it's nice out.
Ladies always wear coats and gloves. Yes, Mom.
7, 8. Now, howdy, your partner. Swing your partner round and round. Take her up and put it down. Now, do-si-do, got a do-si-do. And come down heavy on your heel and your toe. Alright, now how about you give me a right arm swing? And now you gotta go for a right knee swing. Pick up your breath. Left arm. Give me a high knee swing. Forehead swing, then forehead swing. Start that reel, don't start the reel. Stronger, George. Now, how do you apply to say thank you?
Ladies, thank you so much. Those scenes were great from Little House. I can't believe the amount of energy that the cast brings to bringing the characters to life. It's absolutely fantastic. The set, of course, is magnificent as well. Main Street is to be congratulated on that. Lauren and Natalie, tell the Houston Theater Beat audience a little bit about the remaining performances. Of course, as we're taping, Little House has already opened, but you have plenty of opportunities still to see it. Can you tell the audience a little bit about the remaining performance dates and times and how to get tickets?
Yes, so for almost the entire month of December leading up to Christmas, we offer family public performances on Saturdays, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. That's from December 1st all the way to December 22nd.
Yes, and you can go to our website, mainstreettheater.com, and you can get tickets there. So I hope to see you out at our show one of these Saturdays.
Absolutely. And one more time, remember to get tickets, that's www.mainstreettheater.com. And ladies, correct me if I'm wrong, theater is spelled E-R for Main Street. So that's mainstreettheater.com, spelled E-R, to get tickets to come see this wonderful production of Little House here at Main Street. I'd like to thank my guests here at Main Street. That's Lauren Doak, who's playing Mary, and Natalie Pavlik, who's playing Laura. And make sure you come and catch Little House at Main Street. It's a fantastic show. We'll be back in a moment. I'd like to thank all of the theaters who contributed their time and talents to the Houston Theater Beat Christmas special. Make sure you go see one of these great productions, or whatever Christmas offering is happening at your favorite theater. As you can see, the Houston theater community loves Christmas, but we count on you, the audience, to make it truly special. I'd also like to take a moment to thank all of the theaters that so warmly welcomed Houston Theater Beat into their houses in 2012, as well as all of my wonderful in-studio guests. And make sure you tune in to HTB in 2013 for more behind-the-scenes interviews and great performances from one of the nation's truly great theater cities, our own Houston, Texas. So on behalf of myself, our mascot Harley, and Houston Media Source, I'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.